You're watching this video because you want to find out how to find your next 10x stock. And it's really not that difficult. All you got to do is one of the two things. Number one, you buy something that's 90% undervalued. Or number two, you buy something that's going to grow 10 times in revenues, in profits, in the future. Or you can do something in between. That's it. However, finding 10x stocks, that's not the hard part. The hard part is something else. If you are new to this channel, my name is Mariusz Konieczny, and I run Microcap Explosions, which is a private membership website focused on microcap investments. I also published about 10 books on investing. One of the books is available for a free download at microcapexplosions.com. On this channel, I mostly talk about my three investments, which are Oracle, Voxtur, and Globex. If finding 10x investments is not the hard part, then what is the hard part? The hard part is holding on to them. That's the hard part. Finding them, that's the easy part. I mean, look around. Look here. Or look here. Or look here. Everybody has a next 10 investment to recommend to you. You go on YouTube, you go on Twitter, and everybody wants to sell you the next 10x. But the problem is this. Every 2 weeks, they have a new video on the next 10x. And you're not going to get a 10x from one video to another. There's a reason why I don't talk about a lot of stocks on this channel or even on Microcap Explosions. Look, I could find you a 10x opportunity every week. But so what? So what? It's not going to do you any good if you can't stick to something long enough for it to turn into the 10x. If, for example, you buy something that's 90% undervalued, what makes you think that it's going to 10x within a week right after you buy it, or within 3 months after you buy it? There's a reason why it's undervalued, and sometimes the market needs to realize that there is a huge undervaluation, or something has to happen to unlock that value. And all of this takes time. And when you choose the next route to find your 10x, in other words, find something that's growing really fast. The revenues are fast, the addressable market is really big, but still, in order for anything to grow 10x, that takes time, and time means years. And during the time that you're holding on to these stocks, you think they're just going to go up straight up? No, they're going to be volatile. There's going to be some months or some years that the stock price is going to decline 50%, because that's what multi-baggers do. They don't go up in a straight line just because you own it. Don't think you're that special, okay? A lot of times you have multi-baggers that for the first couple years, they don't do anything. And then they all of a sudden triple or quadruple. And then the following year, they decline 50 or 70%. Are you going to be the kind of investor that's going to bail out of them because you found something more interesting, some new story, some new dopamine fix? You see, that's the problem. Finding 10x is not that hard. It's holding on to them, because every day, every single day that you go on social media, every single day you turn on the TV, whether it's at CNBC or another YouTube channel, every day you have someone wanting to sell you something, another 10x, another 3x. But that's not how you make money. If you take a look at the example of one of the companies that I talk about here, which is Oracle. I found Oracle in 2017. Okay, from 2017 to pretty much 2020, I haven't made a single trade. Not a single trade. I made some trades in 2020, but very little. So in other words, this entire time, I just held on to this one position while everybody else was throwing and constantly telling me, here's another X, here's another 10X. So if you want to hold on and actually experience those 10x's. And not a lot of people experience 10x's. You have to learn how to sit on your butt and not swing at every opportunity that's out there. Because believe me, they're out there, they're every day. Just don't look at them. Hold on to your positions, follow your positions, and then you will get your 10x. If you keep switching from one 10x potential to another 10x potential, you're never going to get your 10x. And you see the people with money, they obviously made it somewhere. Whether they have a job or they're running a business, somehow they accumulated that money. And usually people accumulated it because they were active in something, okay? They made it happen, they got those clients, they made their business successful. Their activity enabled them to achieve that success. You see, in the stock market, that activity is actually working against them. Those kinds of people have a very hard time just sitting, watching through someone else do the work because they are a spectator. They're just watching someone else deliver or execute. They obviously want to be involved. They want to put their hands and be involved. And it's very difficult for them to sit on their butt and do nothing. And this is what Charlie Munger said, that the hardest part for money managers is to sit on their butt and do nothing. And I've seen this countless of times. Very, very smart people, they cannot sit still and ride those 5x's, 10x's, even 100x's. But this is exactly what's required. That's the hardest thing to do. Not finding the 10x's. You can get plenty of them. It is finding them and sitting on them through the volatility, through disappointments from the management, through delays, sitting, and that's the only way you're going to get your 10x.